Assalamu alaikum. This is Dr. Uneeb Gazdar, and I hope you have watched the previous video as well, which was a preamble to this whole exercise of sharing my experiences. In today's video, I will talk about the roles of a teacher and a preacher. What is the role of a teacher and a preacher, especially I will talk about the similarities between these two roles and the differences between these two roles. And in the end, I will try to summarize by highlighting the need to understand these roles for anybody who is in education, or in general, whoever who is listening to this video, what is the need for them to understand these two aspects of education and academics. So like I said, I'll start first of all with the similarities. There are three main similarities between the role of a teacher and a preacher. The first one was highlighted in the previous video as well, that is the influencing part. A teacher is trying to influence his or her students, and the same thing is done by the preacher as well. They are trying to influence their listeners, their viewers, their disciples, trainees, whatever you call them, and whatever capacity people are coming to them or following them. This is their main role, to influence others, and that's why I said there's a very good and a very comprehensive term which has come into modern use because of social media, which is an influencer. So a teacher and a preacher both are influencers, okay, or they are trying to be influencers, obviously. And like I said earlier, if you are not influencing others, then you are not a teacher nor a preacher as well. Okay, so the first thing is both of them are trying to influence others. The second similarity is they are trying to deliver some beneficial knowledge or content to their listeners, viewers, disciples, and students. And this is this is important. I have mentioned it in my previous video as well, the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the best among you is the one who learns Quran and then he teaches others. So the best, to be the best, just teaching is not enough. Okay, to be the best, you should be teaching the best as well. The content which you are delivering should be good. Okay, so if you are not delivering something which is useful for humankind, then you are not a teacher or a preacher, you are basically a criminal. This is what I would say. You are a criminal if you are teaching and preaching something which is not beneficial. You are wasting your time, you are wasting others' time. So you are a criminal. Okay, you are a thief who is stealing time from others. Okay, so a teacher or a preacher cannot be a thief, cannot be a criminal. He must be delivering useful content, okay, in one way or the other. And this is where the point of being questioned comes again. If you are not delivering something useful, then how are you going to defend it when somebody asks you, you wasted all these minutes and hours with your students and with your listeners and viewers, doing what? Okay, and this is, I feel this just came to my mind today. When people come to you, okay, your kids, your juniors, your students, they come to you, they say, I don't want to be engineer, doctor, lawyer, and that is fine, okay. Everybody is not fit for every profession, but what is the alternative? They say, I want to be a TikToker, I want to be an Instagrammer, I want to be a Facebooker. I'm just trying to add er with every social media website. I want to be a YouTuber. This is what I feel. You just want to be on TikTok. You just want to be on Instagram. So the aim is not to be on these apps. The aim is to, deliver something through the apps. Okay, so if somebody comes to me, he says I want to be a YouTuber, then this is not a profession. This is not something useful. If you say I want to teach people through YouTube, this is something solid. I want to deliver this content, okay, through Instagram or through TikTok. That is something solid. Okay, that is something which you can defend. That is something which should be done. Okay, so like I said earlier, I will try to generalize my experiences to everybody who is listening to me. So this is something general. Okay, whether you are teaching or preaching on a podium, on in a class, or you are doing it online, being online is not the aim. Okay, doing something useful online, that is the main part of the job. The part of the job is, the main job is what you are delivering, not how you are delivering. Okay, the main part of the job is what you are delivering, not how. What is important, and how comes after that. How you can make it, how you can deliver it more conveniently, how you can deliver it more effectively, that should come after that. I want to be on Facebook, I want to be on YouTube, I want to have my own channel. That is very easy, anybody can do it, and people are doing it without any purpose. So a teacher and a preacher should have something useful to be delivered. Okay, the third similarity is the long lasting impact they are going to have on their viewers, listeners, disciples, and students. The long lasting impact they are trying to create that. Okay, and if the impact is just within the class, then again you are not fulfilling the you're not fulfilling your goal. Okay, you are not doing your job properly. Okay, so the aim should be to have a long lasting impact. Okay, and in these both roles you should be looking to do that. Okay, and if you look at the I will later on do a detailed video on the program learning outcomes, course learning outcomes, these things which you usually now hear in the higher education quite often. Okay, so one of these outcomes is long lasting, lifelong learning. Lifelong learning. Okay, so that is basically covered there. Okay, so lifelong learning or having long lasting impact is essential for a teacher as well as a preacher. And if you don't have that in higher education, you are not achieving your you're not achieving the aim of your program, the aim of your course officially. That's an official requirement now. Okay, and if you are a preacher, you are doing it to a lower level or through some other medium, then it's the same thing. It is important to have a long lasting impact on your listeners and viewers and students. So these are the similarities. In my opinion, I have just given us I just given it some thought, and these are things which came to me. Obviously you guys may have some more ideas, and you can share it with me in your comments or through personal messages. I don't mind. Okay, and I may have if obviously some of them would be useful, and I will try to ponder over it, and it will be good learning exercise for me as well. Now let us talk about the differences. Okay, the first difference is what anybody can tell you, school kid can tell you, is the spelling. Right? The teacher and preacher spelled differently. Okay, so obviously they should have some differences, right? That's the background. Okay, why they have given two different names, because there is some similarity in these roles as well. That's why the names are different. Okay, then coming to the more serious part, that is the second difference is delivering information and values. A teacher is basically trying to deliver information or knowledge. Okay, so 2 plus 2 equals to 4. Okay, that is information, knowledge. Okay, um, so this is what the job of a teacher is, while a preacher is trying to install. I would not say deliver. You cannot deliver values. Okay, so a preacher is trying to install values in you. A teacher is trying to deliver information and knowledge, while a preacher is trying to install values in you, or he should be trying to install values in you. Okay, for example, I can teach you the periodic table. I can teach you multiplication, division. I can teach you about planets. Okay, but I cannot preach you about it. Okay, similarly, I cannot teach you to be truthful. I cannot teach you to be truthful always. Okay, because it's a fact. It's nothing new for you. Okay, teaching is something related to, when I say knowledge, information, you gain knowledge and information. So the first time you gain it, and if you remember it, that's it. So if a kid knows 2 plus 2 equals to 4, that's it. Till the time he remembers it, my job is done. I don't have to tell him again. But values, you have to install it. Okay, you have to install it. For example, you download a software is there in the hard drive. The file is there with all the libraries and everything, but it will not work. It will not work until you install it. Okay, same thing. Being truthful is something everybody knows we should do. Do not steal. Something which everybody knows we should do, but we don't do it. We don't work on it. We don't implement those values, and that's where the job of the preacher comes. He is preaching you to be truthful. He is preaching you to be honest. He is preaching you honesty, truthfulness, caring for others. I can preach you about it. I cannot teach you about it. What is there to teach? Nothing. Always say the truth. That's it. You know it already. And that's the reason that in modern day and age, with with a short span of attention, which people have, they don't like these. They don't like the preaching part. So if I tell you be truthful, you say, yeah, I know to be truthful. I know to be honest. Yes, I know. But next instant you go somewhere and you are lying. Okay, so you know it. It's in your hard drive. It's somewhere there, but you are not implementing it. Okay, so this is the difference between a teacher and a preacher. A preacher is trying to mold your values. Okay, he is trying to bring your inner self to a level where it should be. Okay, he is uncovering your potential. He is uncovering your potential. He is trying to do that. Okay, with not something new, with something which you have already within you. There is something which is within you. Okay, and he is trying to dig it out. Okay, if you have hidden it, if you have covered it with so much of the influence from others, with so much influence from technology, with so much influence from your own experiences and your own emotions, okay, those values are covered. So he's trying to remove all that dirt from there, and he's trying to bring it out. That is the preacher. Okay, a teacher is telling you something new, but a preacher is trying to get those things out of you which are already there, and he's trying to polish it so it comes into your personality. It shows in your personality. Okay. Then the third thing is uh, a teacher is trying to develop your skills, and a preacher is trying to develop your behavior. A teacher is trying to develop your skills, your mathematics skills, your learning skills. They are all skills. Okay, you are doing engineering, that's a skill. Okay, you have to study for it, you go to the labs, you take things in your own hands, you try to see how to use them, and so on and so forth. So you are trying to acquire different skills which will make you an engineer. Same thing with the doctors. Okay, they go to the hospitals and they go to the labs, they become part of different experiments, they have to do house job and training and so many things. Okay, so by doing all these things, they are trying to acquire different skills which will help them in doing their job properly, whatever their job is, whatever the job description is. They are trying to do that. A preacher is basically interested in your behavior, how you are doing things. Now you see the difference, what and how. So what am I doing? Okay, I'm doing engineering, I'm teaching. Okay, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer. But how you are doing it, that is the other part. Okay, and that is what a preacher is trying to influence. Okay, so I'm a teacher, but I'm not being honest with my students. Okay, so I have the knowledge, I have the skill of teaching. My students may not know that I'm not being honest with them. Okay, I try to be just to clear that out. If any current students are watching it, and I try to be honest. Okay, intentionally. Okay, but if I'm not being honest, that means the first part which I mentioned, the values, my values are not correct. Okay, I'm being rude with my students, my behavior is not correct. So somebody has to come, or somebody has to deal with that as well. Okay, if you have a deficiency in your skill level, then a teacher may tell you, okay, you should learn this, you should take this course, you should try to do this, this is a manual for understanding the use of this equipment, and so on and so forth. But if you have deficiency in your behavior, in your personality, then somebody would preach you about it. Again, this is something which is within you. Okay, you have the skill, you have the knowledge. Okay, and now you have to implement it. Okay, so this is something related to your behavior. So a preacher has to remind you that you should be doing your job honestly. Okay, so a teacher is trying to influence your skill and knowledge, and a preacher is trying to influence your behavior, your personality and values. Then the next difference is in what are the things a teacher can use or a preacher can use in the class or while they are doing the job. A teacher will use or should use logic, facts, figures, hard evidence. Okay, so a teacher for some reason or to some level should be using objective means. Okay, he should try to deliver the content through appeal and logic and facts and figures and so on. Okay, so if I tell someone in the class that if you multiply 2 with 3.42, you will get this. Okay, I think it's 6.84. Okay, so this is I tell, this is what I tell in the class. Anybody can take the calculator and he will punch in the values, he will get the same answer. Okay, so logic will prove it that what I'm saying is correct. Okay, but a preacher has to use or appeal the emotions of the students or the listeners or the viewers. The emotional value should be there. He should be touching the emotions Okay, or in other words, he should be emotional about what he is saying. A teacher should be logical about what he is saying, and a preacher should be emotional about what he is saying. Okay, let me rephrase it. A teacher should know for a fact, that what he is saying is correct, and anybody can go and prove it correct, prove it right. A preacher should believe what he is saying is correct, and the evidence may not be there for the time being. Okay, for the time being the evidence may not be there. Okay, so if I tell someone be truthful, if you don't be truthful, then this will happen. Okay, will happen, I don't know, maybe somebody is a very good thief or a very good liar, and they don't face the consequences right now. They get their job done, very easily, okay, by lying and by deceiving others. So the evidence may not be there. So as a preacher, if you are not believing what you are saying, okay, if you are not emotional about it, then the message will not go through. Okay, so you should be emotional about what you are saying, and you should be believing what you are saying. But a teacher knows what he is saying, and he has hard evidence to show it. Okay, and that's why he should always talk about logic. Okay, and he should not say no, you should believe me, I'm saying this. We have met teachers like that. I may have done things like that in my classes. I'm sorry for that again. So you should know what you are saying is correct. Okay, if you are doing the role of a teacher, then you have to give some logic, some evidence to your student, or you have to give them a way how they can prove what you are saying is correct. You have to give them a way, or you have to guide them how they can prove what you are saying is correct. Okay, yeah, you have to guide them towards the evidence, or you provide them the evidence yourself. Okay, and this is why you have to be flexible and adaptive as well. We will talk about this particular aspect of teaching in detail later on, but you should be flexible and adaptive, because knowledge can change. It has changed over the years. Okay, people used to believe many things. Earth is flat, some of them still do. Sun is stationary, the earth is moving. Then they said earth is stationary, the sun is moving, and later on everything got changed, and still people are discovering new things, new elements, new theories are coming up. So your knowledge can change. Okay, but values do not change. Going back to the first and second point, values do not change. Okay, truthfulness, honesty, good manners are the correct values for the people who came 200 years ago as well, and now for us as well. Okay, so a teacher knows what he is saying is correct, and if that thing changes, a teacher shouldn't mind changing his own opinion or changing his content. Okay, no problem. But a preacher, he should believe what he is saying, he should be emotional about it, like he is wholehearted about it. Okay, and in that case, even the whole world comes and says that this thing is wrong, he would not budge. Okay, he will not move. The whole world comes and says, if you don't tell a lie at this situation, you are doing wrong. But still he should know that this is the correct thing to do. Okay, there's a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that if the whole world comes together to kill one man, Allah will take revenge for that one man from the whole world. Okay, so being in majority doesn't work for a preacher. Being in majority doesn't mean you are doing something good. Okay, so this is again good behavior, good values do not change. They are not influenced by technology, they are not influenced by time, they are not influenced by followers and so on. Okay, keep this in mind. And this is why prophets have come. Okay, again, there the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that there will be prophets in at the time of judgment day which will not have any followers, which will not have any followers. Okay, so does that mean they were wrong? They were preaching something wrong? No, what they were saying was correct, absolutely correct. There was no doubt about it, but people didn't follow them, but still they were correct. Okay, but in terms of teaching, evidence, one evidence is good enough to change what you're saying. Okay, so that is one more thing, that a teacher should be believing, a teacher should know what he's saying and he should know how to prove it. A preacher would believe. Okay, and this is why he can be emotional. Okay, he can be emotional in delivering his content, and in most of the cases this is enough. In most of the cases this is enough. Okay, not enough for a teacher, not enough for a teacher. Okay, a teacher should be directing. If you cannot provide the evidence, at least direct your students towards it. Okay, third thing is the audience. A teacher will have an audience which are inferior in knowledge and skill than him in that field. At least in that field. Okay, somebody may be good in playing a guitar. Okay, that person may be better than me. Okay, but if he has not got the degree of civil engineering, then at least I can teach him civil engineering. I cannot teach him how to play guitar. Okay, he knows about it more than me. Okay, so the audience for a teacher is inferior to him in one particular area. Okay, so there have been cases nowadays, is everything is blocks, it's in chunks. Okay, so now we don't intermingle with each other, but there are previous examples in which people were teacher of someone was a teacher of someone, and in some other role, in some other area, he was a student of the same person. Okay, so teacher student used to it was a two-way relationship. It used to be so I teach you something, you go somewhere, you come with a new skill and you come to me and you teach me that. Okay, so I'm inferior to you in that area, you can be my teacher, that's enough. Okay, it doesn't happen so often now, but it can happen, and there's no problem with that. Okay, some of my students, again with the social media now, this is happening more often. Some of my students are delivering content online which I didn't know. Okay, so I learned from them. Especially the softer skills, they are much better than me in those, and they teach me a lot. Okay, so this can happen. Okay, your audience will be if you are teaching, then your audience is definitely inferior to you. Again, the same point, we are talking about information. So if I know 2 plus 2 is equals to 4, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, then I will not and nobody else can teach me the same thing. Nobody else will teach me the same thing. He cannot be a teacher. He cannot be my teacher in teaching me 2 plus 2 equals to 4. Okay, the audience of a preacher can be inferior at the same level or at a higher level in case of skill and information. Okay, I may be telling something to a person who is more experienced than me. Okay, and I may be telling them, okay, this is what you are doing, this is wrong, and this is the correct way. Okay, because again, he may know that this is the correct thing, but he is not doing it. Okay, he's lying, he's deceiving, he's stealing. Okay, so that person may have more education than me, more experience than me, he may be more skilled than me, he may have read more books than me, but I can still preach him to be honest, to have good manners, to behave properly, and so on and so forth. Okay, and sometimes you do it repetitively. You do it repetitively, and you have to do it repetitively. A preacher has to do his job repetitively. Okay, he has to keep on reminding the others about the same thing. Okay, and this is why, again, the dilemma of having short span of attention comes into play, that you say one thing again and again, and instead of taking the influence, people become bored of you, and they try to run away from you. Okay. So the audience of a preacher, okay, can be at the same level as him, or inferior to him, or superior to him in terms of knowledge, experience, skill, or whatever you say. Okay. Sometimes they it's a usual practice in the religious circles. The person who taught me Quran, okay, there was a practice in our madrasa at that time, that your teacher may tell you, okay, I will read Quran and you point out my mistakes. Okay, so it was a practice at that time. Okay, I still hope that it is a practice in other circles as well. But so you may be telling someone who is at the same level or is inferior or superior to you about something which he already knows, but he is not practicing it. Okay, so a preacher is not only dealing with someone who is lesser in knowledge or skill or experience. He may be dealing with someone who is superior, even in the same area, even if he's talking about the same thing which the other person already knows about. He may still be reminding them about the same thing. This is still useful. This is still valid. Okay. So these are the differences. Again, according to my mind, we may come up with more differences. Now, why we are having this discussion, why we need to understand the role of the preacher and the teacher, what are the differences, and what are the similarities, what is the need for making this video. Okay, the need is a teacher and preacher, their roles intermingle when you are in the education field. Okay, or when you are influencing others through social media, even when you are a parent. Let me tell you a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that everybody is like a shepherd and they will be asked about their flock. Okay, so your kids are your responsibility, your young siblings are your responsibility, your spouse is your responsibility. Okay, if your parents are old, dependent upon you, that they are your responsibility. Okay, so you are a teacher and a preacher for them. Okay, you are a teacher and a preacher for them. You are influencing them. You are doing something on social media. You are in the class. You are teaching in the class. You are teaching online. Your role will intermingle. Now you say, why? I'm a simple university teacher, school teacher. Why should I preach something? Why should I preach about values and behavior and so on? Okay, this is something which is lacking, which this is what I believe, according to my experience. This is something which did not used to be lacking maybe 40 years ago, but now it is lacking, and that is the need for training. Everybody is investing in education. They are willing to give their time for education. There are teachers available. There are people available who are willing to teach you about new skills. They are delivering more information than ever was delivered. But everybody is running away from training. Okay, so there is a need. Okay, you are spending your time with other people, and then you are not talking about values, you are not talking about behavior, you are just telling them about numbers and figures. Okay, and how to operate machines. Okay, so the whole society is becoming like a big mechanical unit. Everybody is just trying to fulfill their role. Okay, there is no consideration for others. Okay, and I think the lacking is coming from here. This is the root cause, that having a new skill is considered good enough. how to use that skill is not part of the job. Okay, so there is more than enough teaching. Okay, you go online, you can register for 50 courses right now, and there are good teachers available who are doing that, and they must be appreciated. But what we should do with the information, nobody is willing to do that. Nobody is trying to take care of that. So this is, I think, the lacking, and this is where a teacher must understand that he should preach. He should, at some point of time, he has to preach the values as well. He has to influence the behavior as well. He has to polish the personality of their disciple and students and so on. Okay, and at the same time, like I have mentioned in the previous video as well as this video, that this is a two-way experience. So if something comes good to me from my listeners and viewers, I will take it. Okay, I will try to take it. Okay, because again, that will make me a better person. That will make me a better person. Okay, so you should not shy away from improvement in any part of your life. Okay, and this only comes when you are looking to polish your own personality, looking to improve your own personality. Okay, so a preacher, that is the preaching part. That is the preaching part. You can be the top-notch scientist in your field. Okay, but you still need some preaching, or you should be doing some preaching as well while you are delivering the information. While you are delivering the knowledge and the skill set, you should try to preach the values as well, show the right ways to implement these things. If you don't do that, then the world will be more chaotic than what it is right now. It has, the chaos level is increasing and increasing, and I think this is the reason. Okay, especially with the kids. We are so happy, my kid can do this, my kid can do this, he speaks so many languages, he is doing so many courses, he can handle this device. Okay, but in the end, what he is doing with his life, how he is benefiting the society? He is busy playing games, for example. Okay, and he is playing games all day, and he is good at it. He is winning championships, winning awards and rewards. So he is getting so much information and skill. Now he's good with technology and software and whatnot. Where is the moral part? Where is the ethical part? Okay, so people are now self-taught. Many people are self-taught in music, in literature. Okay, even nowadays, you are watching videos and you learn, you have courses online. So basically you are self-taught. In many aspects you are self-taught, installing softwares and so on. Just a very small example. You read something online, you read the manual, and you become an expert for the software. Okay, so you can be self-taught. Okay, but the training part, the ethical, moral values part is missing. Okay, and why it is missing? Because everybody is running away from it. So as I mentioned the hadith earlier, that everybody is responsible. So everybody has to teach and preach within his own circle of influence. Okay, so you are doing something online, you are a preacher and a teacher. This is your job to deliver the information and to tell the people how the information is useful, or how it should be made useful. Okay, and this is why I made this video, and I hope you have benefited from it, and I pray to Allah that it gives us the courage and the wisdom to fulfill our roles with honesty, with diligence, with wholeheartedness, and so that we should be rewarded for it in this world and the hereafter. Assalamu alaikum.